fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. You've worked hard as an entrepreneur. You've poured your heart and soul into your baby, your business. You've worked on developing, growing, and expanding your product line or service. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself what comes next? What if somebody comes along and offers you a great sale opportunity? What if you get sick? What if you just get tired, bored, or you're ready for a change? It does happen. Who will be interested in your business? Who will take your baby to the next step in further growth, the business cycle? Some owners don't care who take the reins. Some owners hope their son, daughter will take the initiative, take the interest, and get involved. Some owners want an entrepreneur that reminds them of their youthful energy that they once had. Not planning for an exit or a transition strategy can be a big mistake, and you can lose a lot of money and opportunity to maximize the value of the business. Merely slapping a price tag on a business and offering it to the first taker will, you run the risk of running, a poor chance of survival and a bad success ratio. Therefore, as business brokers in this industry, we are in the business of valuing, matching, and transitioning business ownership. Valuing a business can be very subjective. What one person finds valuable is not necessarily congruent with another. For this reason, we use what's called industry-specific value drivers. And these are things like demand, manageability, growth, compulsion, competition, transferability of goodwill, among other things. Value drivers help us distinguish successful companies from their competitors. Making your business ready for change will dramatically increase its value. Being in a state of change readiness prepares the business to carry on. What happens if you get hit by a bus on your next meeting to Toastmasters? What's going to happen? There are many methods of creating change readiness and adding value, but a few could be cleaning up the books and investing in taxes. I know it's heaven forbid. Empowering your employees, making your business presentable, and of course creating business sustainability. Once a business is valued, it can be easily meshed with a potential buyer. A business's needs are established in depth during evaluation process and industry research. Once the valuation is documented, brokers do what's called due diligence in a financial, operational, and legal capacity. What a business has to offer, what a business must have in order to attract a buyer are two things: cash flow and a diverse customer base. With the business characteristics established, an experienced broker can match a buyer and ultimately create a good fit, which is what we're looking for. Buyers, when combined with lawyers and accountants, are an astute bunch. They won't pay for improbable opportunities without substance. When searching for a business, buyers are categorized based on their risk adversity. But in general, they're looking for four key things. That being, the business will provide a living wage, return on invested capital, that the business will service the debt, and that there's growth opportunity. But the ultimate goal to find a motivated buyer is that she is financially capable, competent, and matches the criteria of the business and ultimately the seller. So that's in the speech, actually. You can
That's big so.
That's big so, yeah. Creative Oscar. Yeah, so it's the right buyer, hopefully. It's the right time, hopefully, and the right price. Let's cross our fingers. What happens now? What exactly is being purchased? Is it an asset sale? Is it a share sale? Is it an asset sale dressed up as a share sale? Is there real estate involved? Is there land, lease, or building? What are the terms? What's involved? And what's involved with the seller once the check is signed? So transitioning the business to the new owner is a complicated task. Things to consider are management training, key employee retention, seller warranties, regulations that must be complied with, and so on and so forth. Terms of the contract should be defined in the requirements ultimately should define the transition. Depending on the complexity of the business, the transition can take up to 6 months and maybe longer. Therefore, having a professional do this process is ideal. So, selling a business. It's a complicated web of communications, legalities, processes, and unfortunately, assumptions. It's not a process to be left up to chance. And using experience, knowledge, and basically experience of the business broker, which I'm working on. We match value, we create value management. Oh, this is sounding really bad here. Using the experience, let me start over. We using the experience of the industry and knowledge, business brokers value match and transition business ownership. As a business broker, it's my responsibility to manage the transaction from start to finish